Everyone, I'll just be a second here. I gotta grab my laptop charger. Okay, everybody. There we go. So this is the current map right now. We can see we got Dorain right here in the middle. Whoops, didn't want to do that. 115 mile per hour winds, so just above the threshold of Category 3, which is 110 mile per hour. But you'll notice we have something new off the coast of Africa there. Another 30% chance of development through 5 days. So we'll keep an eye on that, but obviously we're more worried about this. And I'll tell you why in a second here, because there's a little change in the direction it's going to be going. And it's looking like some of the models are showing that it's going to go up the coastline a little more than what was first anticipated. So I won't bore you with this map, and we'll move on to this one here, which gives a little more detail. You can see it's really just hugging the inside of the coast there. And it's a major hurricane all the way up through Florida there. There's just enough energy in there to really drive it up the coast while still holding the threshold of a hurricane. You can see here the current wind extent. This is where the yellow is. That's tropical storm force wind. And then the red is hurricane force wind. Also the red areas in here, those are hurricane warnings. I'm sure you guys can read the bottom here. And then the pink is going to be hurricane watch. So hurricane warnings out for the Bahamas right now. They're thinking we might get a hurricane or watches finally for Florida coastline here, maybe even into the morning. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. If you ask me, I think they're going to issue some watches here probably tomorrow morning, maybe afternoon. But who can say? This thing is, I mean, it's not moving fast by any means. It's moving, I think, 9 miles an hour now. Let me go ahead and check again. I think it's 9 miles an hour. Yeah, 9 miles an hour. That's pretty darn slow. And that's actually not good. It's just going to get more time to feed off the energy in the sea. So this is the current time frame right now. This is earliest reasonable time. So likely this will not be the time. It's just the earliest that is basically feasibly possible. So we're looking at Sunday, 8 p.m. Personally, I don't think this thing's going to be there by then. I think it'll be more like Monday at least. But anyway, that's the time, and you can see it goes up as far as South Carolina Tuesday 8 p.m., which I don't know. We'll just see how it plays out. I wasn't going to do a video earlier than this because it was way too early, and I just couldn't really tell. I didn't have enough stuff yet, but boy, this thing really took off. It was Category 1 last night, and then the 11 p.m. update, they jumped it up to Category 2, and that was big. And then 12 hours later, at the 11 a.m. update this morning, it went to a Category 3 finally. So we are certainly in major hurricane territory. This is going to be the rainfall outlook. Really, it's actually looking like Florida's getting kind of saved here, in my opinion. You know, there's still going to be heavy rainfall, definitely flooding, but from what the power this thing has, I mean, it's really, I would consider them saved. We got 6 to 10 inches of rain, and then most of the heavy rain's off in the Bahamas there, so who knows, it's mostly out in the sea, so that would certainly be good. Otherwise, yeah, you can see with this rain track here, it's showing it going up the coastline. Sorry about those squeaks there. It's the hose outside. But we'll see. You know, it all depends on whether this thing stalls in the middle of the Carolinas or in the middle of Florida. It's really, most of it just depends on the speed. This is definitely going to be a windstorm, whereas with Barry a couple weeks ago, we were worried about the rainfall. So yeah, this is just the scale to give you an idea of what categories we're looking at. Most of you guys probably know this, but figured I'd show it in case you're curious. We're currently in the threshold of Category 3. We have 115 mile per hour winds. That could be higher now. They only give updates at every 4 hours, so I might be on at 11 p.m. Eastern time to give another update. That's when they should have their next update on the storm. But this is forecast to go up to a Category 4. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see that. And there's a rare chance that it could get up to Category 5, although we'll just wait to see that because I'm not too sure. I'm on the Alabama coast. Hope it doesn't get the Gulf. You know, that's interesting because I'll show you here. Some models earlier were showing it go through Florida, swing into the Gulf, and it was actually going to pick up energy again and strengthen. So Alabama was looking pretty bad there for a little bit, but it's looking like you might be saved now. I don't know. Still take precautions, but it's not as bad as it was before. That was the European model that showed that. Anyway, here is the satellite view. I like this website. Gives a nice big view of the satellite. You don't have that bogus. My laptop just died. Oh, big whoop. Okay, you don't have that. You don't have whereas on the normal National Weather Service website, they have this tiny little window that you can view the satellite from. It's kind of annoying, but College of DuPage, they have some really good resources. But there you can see Barry. It's already getting dark over there, so we're gonna have to look at long wave IR. This is the infrared here. You can just see that dark area of moisture just wrapping around the thing. It's just spiraling around it. So that's the big boy right there. I think we can extend the view time. Oh, number of frames, 200. We're not going to be able to see all of it, but there it is coming up. I don't have this thing set up. They have the sectors put in the worst position ever. Like, you cannot even see or tell, get a good view of the hurricane is what I'm trying to say. Just give me a second here. I got to pull up my phone now because my laptop died. Okay. So here we're going to look at some models. These were looking pretty interesting. It's really changed the last 12 hours from being over almost to the far west coast of Africa. Or did I just say Africa? Oh my gosh, I need some more sleep. It's Florida, far west coast of Florida. It was going to come up, and even the European model was showing it go up into Alabama. That has since changed, and I will show you here as I move forward in time. You can see this is showing you the winds right now. It's showing you the wind shear, wind speed, and it's also showing the pressure, hence the lines. So we can see already we're just getting probably 100 miles off the coast of Africa there. I just called it Africa again. Oh my gosh. Something with the word coast in Africa. Just like, I don't know. Anyway, there it is, 80 knots. That's pretty fast. That's like 100 miles per hour. And this is really where it's projected to get to its max intensity here before it hits the coast. Whether it hits the coast or not, I don't know, but 90 knots. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at my stream chat. Okay. 90. What do we got here? 92 knots. That's going to be the highest there. That's about 115. No, that's got to be more than that. That's got to be like 130 miles an hour. Anyway, we'll just see. This is just the GFS. So we'll continue on here. I won't bore you guys too much. Holy mackerel! Look at how much that thing blows up. Whew. Yeah, that's not so good for Fort Lauderdale area. Ooh. I do not want to be. I would not want to live down there. It'd be cool to go down and see it, but to live down there, oh my gosh. We're gonna see this thing here. I'll keep it moving here. You can see it's hugging the coast so close. Is this the GFS? Okay, this is the 18Z run, so that would be let's see, it is 18Z. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's daylight saving time. 18Z, that would be 12 p.m. Central Time. So that was 12 p.m. today. So this is still area of uncertainty now, because this model is getting to be a little older and things change within a matter of hours. So I don't know. I'll keep the map moving here. You can see it hugging the coastline there. Get up into Georgia, into the South Carolinas. It starts to dissipate quite a bit. I'm actually going to switch this to the national view so we can see it a little more. Now this is going to be really far out, so you have to realize that this is not set in stone by any means. There, we got it off the east coast of Florida, going up in North Carolina. And it did, okay, so this is a lot different than the European model. Not different from the track-wise. They're both actually pretty similar in track. Here's the European model, but different in the strengthening-wise. I don't know why my phone keeps doing this. I'm a little distracted. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here we go. We on that? Yeah. Alright, we're a little ahead here. There we go. Okay, this is not what I want. Oh boy. I had this all ready to go. What is this thing doing to me? Oh no. Alright. Maybe we'll have to go to the OZ run. Oh, that's right. I'm a complete idiot. European model only updates every like 8 hours or something like that. So it's going to be like spaced out a lot more than the GFS. But anyway, there it is coming up to Florida right now. And you can see it's about the same exact track as the GFS, except it is a little off to the east. And it actually, this one doesn't even show the eye hitting the hitting landfall. So it actually strengthens. The European model's showing it strengthen as it gets to South Carolina. So we'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing evacuation notices for South Carolina and even into North Carolina at this point, because you want to be ready. But here's the real thing. I can't really decide what's worse. If you had it hugging the coastline all the way up, or if it just went like straight through Florida, hit landfall and died out. Like, I don't know which would be better. Because remember, you got all that, you're having at least tropical force winds here on Florida. And if it gets close enough, it's into hurricane force winds. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that's it for that. That's all I have. Oh my gosh, that's a really low pressure reading there. I don't know how strong it will be at that point, because it is in the colder water, so it probably won't be anywhere near as strong, but it's just really low pressure. Okay, that'll be it for that. This is all I really have left. This is a temperature graphic of the sea temps, 29th of August. So it's about 31. That's going to be like close to high 80s sea temperature, so there's plenty to feed off of there. You can get up to, once you get up past North Carolina, it starts to cool down, but ooh, interesting. All right, hang on. I'm just a little curious of, I don't know why my phone keeps shutting off. I've been having a lot of problems with that lately. Dorain has a lot of warm water ahead. Don't like the way things are heading. Yeah, we'll see. The best thing would be for it to, there's another pressure system. This one here is going to push it off. That's really what's driving it. This here and that's kind of pushing it off to the east. So we'll see. Maybe if it hits the right spot, it'll just go back out in the Atlantic. That would be good. You don't want it. It's crazy to me how well it follows the coastline. Like it almost follows it like in a direct path. Jeez. Anyway, satellite. I want to check out. No, that's not what I want. No, that's not what I want either. Let's check out this one. I think I gotta turn this thing off. Yeah. I don't know. I forget which one of these I was looking at before. Maybe it was with that one. I don't know, but you could really see the overshooting tops. You can see that eye is really well defined, the eye wall there. Boy, I don't know, that's going to be a nasty one. But I'll be sure to have a, not a live stream video out, but just a normal video out for you guys. Probably here, maybe even tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. I might do more of these live streams. We'll just see how much time I have. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. Probably don't want to see that mirrored OBS mirror. How will the Bermuda affect Dorain? Oh my gosh. Yes, they are. Yeah, I, I don't know. I've just had a hard time, especially with like the European models. Like it was telling me that before that, it must have been yesterday. This thing was gonna go up into the Gulf Coast and go into Alabama, and now it's the complete opposite. It's like off in the Atlantic now, which is good. Um, and the GFS has actually, it hasn't had too much more changes, but it has had some. So it kind of reminds me of Hurricane Irma a few years back. It was kind of plotted to hit Miami there and go up the far eastern coastline of Florida, and it actually didn't. It went up towards the Keys and then went up towards Tampa. Yeah, and the weird thing is that the Euro is like, I don't know, it's probably one of the most accurate models you can get in terms of like hurricanes. It's been very, like overall, it's been really consistent, but I don't know, this last one's telling me otherwise. Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to do it for this update right now. Um, we'll see when 11 o'clock rolls around. I might go live again. I might have a little more things prepared. I wasn't really too prepared for this one, as you can tell from my laptop not being charged. Um, and I didn't really have the right. Yeah, this picture. Yeah, yeah, I got it from Reddit. There was a guy on Reddit that posted this. He must have just had. I don't know. I'd love to get a shot like that. He just had a perfect setup there, and the mesocyclone was just perfectly spinning. It's hard to get that kind of shot, but anyway, it's gonna do it. I'll see you guys soon.